What's good, Legion? GM of the Memphis Predators, Lord Kogar, your other league manager. Again, Jason's still out. This is his third week out. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Guy needs to get back to work. But either way, you still got me, so we're here for another game of the week. And boy, did y'all pick a good one. There's some really good matchups. We got some great games that I think for this upcoming week, but oh, y'all definitely picked the right one with this one. We got the Roma Wolves on one side going against the Boston Braves. We got an interdivisional matchup, and boy, do I love these. We were talking about two teams. We got Roma Wolves at the top of this North Central. Whatever fuck division, I think it's the North. You got the King of the North in Roma, and then you got the Boston Braves who had kind of a weird season. They had a really strange season last year, very atypical of the Boston Braves. But this year, they're a little bit more right on track. Had a rough start, but all their pieces are starting to now kind of fall together. And so this makes this matchup super exciting. You got 6-5 in Roma. You got 5-6 in Boston. A win in Boston could definitely flip this entire division upside down. And I think that's what makes this the most exciting game of the week. And I would assume is why you all picked it. So let's get into it. We got two good quarterback play. Actually, pause. We got one good quarterback. We got Jared Goff, and then we got Tyrod Taylor. Interesting pick from Boston. I know why he's doing it. Obviously, there's not too many quarterbacks available of value on the waiver wire. But Tyrod Taylor, I mean, he's been there before. He has potential to have a good game. So I don't hate the play, but I do question it as far as this is a big matchup to put a questionable quarterback in. Going to the running back game, I think it's a little bit more evenly matched than people would give credit for on face value. You got Jahmyr Gibbs and Saquon Barkley, of course, a monster of a running back duo over in Roma. But then you do have a couple young guys that are making some noise as well. You got Chase Brown, who's starting to come a little bit more on what we saw last year and why Boston, decided to make him part of the long-term plan. And, of course, Travion Henderson. I don't know whether Ramondre Stevenson's going to play or not, but I do think that Travion Henderson, especially against Cincinnati's defense, is going to have a good enough game and has played well enough these past couple weeks to still get a good target share as far as the rushing attempts go. So I do think that, honestly, there's good potential that both of those could be a wash. Obviously, Gibbs being the best of the four running backs that we've talked about. But Saquon's definitely boom or bust. So it's interesting to see how this one's really going to play out. We've seen some big games from each of these teams, and we've also watched them both spin their wheels at times and struggle. Going into the wide receivers, I think this is where this game starts to get a little bit more, starts to get into Boston's favor a little bit. I do like the wide receivers just a tad bit more in Amon-Ra St. Brown, Michael Pittman, and we'll even go with Olavi, and we'll go Trey McBride. I'm not a lover of the tight ends, but if you are going to have two tight ends, the two in this game are probably two of the better ones. We've got Bowers, of course. Sell him now, Roma. I know you're watching. And then, of course, like to get Trey McBride. Boston, you might want to sell him too. Sell now. Sell high. Looking at the two, though, you got Nakua, who's just, when he's there, when he's healthy, hard-pressed not to call him a top 3 wide receiver in the game. But like I said, Amon-Ra St. Brown is right in that conversation too. So for that reason, I think really, once again, we're having a wash. But I do like Javonte Williams in the flex over Chris Olave. But I do also like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Michael Pittman over Worthy and Nakua. Tight ends, again, they're a wash. Bowers, McBride, was probably, as far as talent goes, 1 and 2 as far as tight ends. Going into the defensive side of things, I think this is where the game will start to pull apart. If Roma's offense doesn't light it up and he relies on a defense, I do like Boston in this play. I'm looking at his DBs, which a lot of times DBs don't get a lot of love, but if you look at the type points his guys have been putting up, you find out why they do love him in Boston. They get free chowder everywhere they go. Roquan Smith in the flex, that's dangerous when you have a guy like him in your flex position. And then in the linebacker for Boston, Anzalone's just kind of having a crazy back half of the season. So in the end, I really do think that Boston has the ability to beat Roma, and I would love to see that because, again, I want to see that entire division get shook up. All 4 of those boys are fighting each other this week. So we could see a completely different shakedown of as far as the standings go. So I'll be excited to talk about that in more detail next week with y'all. In the end, though, I don't know why. My brain, as much as I want to play the flip side to this and say Boston's going to win. I just have a feeling that his offense is going to put up enough points. I think we'll have some big games out of his guys. That although this will be close, I think that ultimately we're going to go with that Roma Wolfpack. So again, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Obviously, video will be posted below. Let me know what you think.